Testing. Can you hear me? I'm joking. I know that you can hear me. All right, come on in, come on in, come on in. Happy Friday. I am reporting live, not from the 305, but from sunny San Diego. Now, I'm kind of somber with today's video because over the week, I came across this news story that just really sent me into a conundrum, and I needed time to unspin, and I feel like I've unspun. And I just wanted to share this news article that I feel like a lot of people may or may not have seen. Now, this news article comes out of Virginia. I have a few personal encounters with the Commonwealth of Virginia. Not so many nice things to say. However, very fair and unprejudiced as it relates. So this week, and I'm looking at my notes, I like to talk facts. So forgive me if I look down. This news article shares the story of Tyler Chase Butler, a Virginia homeowner who was asleep in his home with his family around 3 a.m. on Saturday. Now, the important piece of this story, I'm just going to share it with you now. There was a 911 call that came in from an anonymous source reporting a home invasion and shots had been fired. The 911 caller was not inside of the home where this incident took place. The 911 caller, who is anonymous, also stated that these intended burglars tried to kick the homeowner's door in. Tried to kick the door in. Not a simple knock and dash, but tried to kick the door down. So we have Tyler Chase Butler, the homeowner, sleep at home with his family, 3 a.m. His front door is being battered. Now, any person who has a gun, any homeowner, any household lead, when your family or what you love is in danger, you go into either a flight or fight mode. Natural, innate, nothing malicious about that. So this homeowner, Mr. Butler, goes and grabs his firearm. He doesn't investigate. He doesn't ask any questions. He immediately starts to open fire on whoever is on the other side of the door. Once he felt like his home was secure, he then picked the phone up and dialed 911 to advise of the incident. 911 arrives to the scene. The details come out that allegedly it was three teens, the oldest being 19, and the others ranging in other ages underneath that age bracket. These three teens have separate incidents on their cell phones of them knocking aggressively on homeowners' doors and running and hiding. And especially at 3 in the morning, you kind of leave a person to little imagination as it relates to if it's Mary Kay, if it's the Girl Scouts, or Jehovah Witness. I don't think any of those entities are out at 3 a.m. So Ding Dash or Door Dash, whatever they call it, I don't think that that's a good idea at 3 a.m. My personal opinion. So these three teens have all sustained injuries from the shooting. They go to the hospital, one dies. The Virginia Police Department goes back to this neighborhood and arrests the homeowner, Mr. Butler, and charges him with three counts, three charges. One, second-degree murder, which is a second-tier offense in Virginia as it relates to capital punishment. He was also charged with malicious wounding and using a firearm in the commission of a felony, which is murder. The felony is murder. Mr. Butler has no priors on his record, no previous encounters with police. Now, this story is being spun in the media to make it seem like these teens were innocent and this shooting was just egregious and he must be punished. And in my personal opinion, color aside, it has nothing to do with the color because I haven't even mentioned the color of the teens that were injured. The point of this story to me, 3 a.m., aggressively knocking on a door, a homeowner who has every single right to protect his property from any invasion or pretend invasion, has now been infringed upon, and he's arrested in jail charged. I'm not shocked, nor am I surprised about the way that this is carried out, given that it's happened in Virginia. Let's not forget the Charlottesville riots and all the lives that were lost at that time due to prejudice and hate. And that person has yet to receive any justice as it relates to his crimes. And on the opposite end of the scale, we have a person who's adversely affected by another unjust occurrence. Now, when do we, the people, that's in the Constitution, we the people, when do we stand up and say, okay, that's not right? We have to be fair and just. Do we wait until we're affected personally by said situations? Or do we create a sense of camaraderie in our society that each of us stand as a protector and a projector? I wouldn't be mad at that. I am my brother's keeper, and I'm a firm believer in justice and fairness on all ends of the spectrum. It's unfortunate that this man has experienced such a traumatic loss as it relates to his future. And I even feel worse for his family, who had to witness their protector be ripped away from the home. And now that there's a target on their back because this community in Virginia, being that the victims were high school students, the story is being spun to make it seem like they were completely innocent and they need to receive as much grace and mercy that we can provide. Which is, I mean, hey, however, I'm a firm believer in accountability and honesty. And these teens had no business out at 3 a.m. beating on people's doors. What did you expect somebody to do? Tell you to come in and have tea and crumpets? I wouldn't expect that, not at 3 a.m. Yeah. Now, Virginia, word to the wise, don't let Donald Trump cause a tipping of the scales. We have a functioning legislative body, habeas corpus, and the appellate court in place to rectify any injustices. I'm going to follow this case up until the moment it is completed. So stay tuned for the updates. All I can do is shake my head at this point. Don't go knocking on nobody's doors at 3 a.m., please. I don't think that's a smart idea. And on that note,